found yourself in a quaint little logging town, and they had asked you to clear out and investigate this grove where they lost some people. And so, you guys spent the night. Some of you slept in the inn, well, tavern on the tables. Some of you, the rest of you, slept on the carriage, on the edge of town. Morning came, you gathered yourselves and your belongings and set out. After a little bit of travel, a few days pass, and you found the grove in question. And from there, you began investigating, discovering the grove was very much inhabited. A fight ensued, and you guys came out on top, killing all of the foes you could find. As the fight ended, that's where the session ended. So now, you guys are standing out of breath amongst these bodies. What is it you would like to do with the evening?
Did we loot them? Did we loot them already?
Nope, we stopped right at the end of the fight because we went a little long.
I
Would you like to dissect one of them and loot them?
Sorry, are these all trolls, or I thought there was like a druid or something?
No, all three of them were like they looked identical, except for one of them was attacking differently.
Oh, yeah. No, we'll just turn them to ash and collect whatever
All
drops
right.
from them.
Yep. You burn the three trolls, three more of those heartwood cores, the sap infused heartwood.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. Oh yeah, and then I should have also said the your investigation led you to the west side of the grove.
How much longer do we have before we have to take a long rest?
You got here about midday. The initial investigation and combat probably took another couple hours of following the footsteps. So you probably got about 2 or maybe 3 hours before dark.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll send Hero around. Uh, just make sure there's nothing else creeping around in this area.
All right. Yeah. Send up the scout. He scouts, and you focus on any particular direction, or you just have him kind of like make circles
All
around
around.
you. All right. Yeah. He circles around. 15, 20 minutes pass, and you don't see any more trolls. You don't see any more anything. Just lots of trees, uneven distribution of foot traffic. Now that you know what you're looking for, you can kind of make out the imprints their feet make, but it's still kind of hard to track for him.
Well, is there any evidence that I can see of more of these things elsewhere? Like tracks leading off in the distance?
Um, Not really. Like I said, the tracks kind of led you over to this western side. and you kind of heading west, following them when you encountered this ambush. But as for like evidence of more of them, no, it looks like they didn't have much more. Like in terms of like if you wanted to sit there and count footprints, there's maybe a half a dozen of them. I swear to God, I need to stop putting my notes in so many spots. No, because I have what's coming up next written somewhere. I don't know where. I know I saved it. All right. But yeah, so you're pretty sure that last one, um, that the one that was fighting different, that seemed more intelligent, was like heading west from your guys' current position where you finished fighting them all.
Okay. Any left tracks? I'm guessing through the woods.
Yeah, that's like I said. The tracks seem to be more spread out and heading towards the west, but there's no significant like foot traffic path that they were all walking in the same spot. But there's a lot more traffic and footsteps in the western area of where you are. Seems like they were congregating in that general vicinity.
So these steps were converging towards some point off in the west.
Yeah, not so much converging, but there's more density out that way. Like it's like they were walking around a lot over in the west, and then when they were heading east, they kind of all took the same path. That's how you got here. If that makes sense.
No.
Okay, so you guys started kind of like on the southern side of the bowl, right?
Sure.
And
Yeah.
you got lumber camp, and you had that one heavy set of footprints that was a big trail of footprints, and you followed that for a while,
And
and
what
then you
direction
came
was
over.
that heading?
That was heading like north by northwest. It wasn't a
Okay.
straight line. And then as you followed it, the more to the north and the west that you got, and now more to the west that you got, the footprints are spreading out and dispersing in this area. It seems like they were congregating over here, like they were constantly over here, whereas everywhere else they were kind of just walking in a straight line from point A to point B. So
So they were like a
there's,
tight group coming from the lumber camp in this northwestern direction, and then they begin to split apart.
yeah, not so much split apart, but less,
Do they
sorry,
fly?
no,
So they had to have kept going and would have had to have split off from the main line.
yes, it's I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time freaking thinking of how to explain this. Essentially, if you think of the lumber camp as one node, they were over there and had kind of a similar spread out footprints as they destroyed the lumber camp. And then there's this path through the woods that you followed in that same sort of the footprints are all starting to spread out in this general area as well. But you haven't seen any clearings or anything yet to indicate why.
So they were all like this tightly packed group from the lumber camp, all heading in this northwestern direction until we got to about this location when they then started milling about aimlessly.
Yes.
Okay. Do they? Is there like another path where they reconverged earlier on that before they got here the first time?
No. But you also are kind of like at the like edge of where the footprints are all spreading out. Like it's a large area that they're spreading out in. Like you're standing on the edge of a large area of footprints.
How large?
Hard to say. You'd have to spend some more time. Like you had
I have a
the bird
bird in
circling.
the air. How
Hmm.
spread out is it?
Okay, yeah. So you have heroes start looking around at the footprints and seeing, following them and focusing on where they go. And it looks like it's about a 200-foot radius area that they're kind of circling around. And at the center of it is a smaller rock formation, shorter than the trees. And so I'd be about 200 or 300 feet away from you on the edge.
Okay. Well, why don't we go to that rock formation then? I'll bring here. I'll keep Hero up there, kind of looping around in lazy circles, just kind of keeping an eye out for movement.
I'm so sorry that took me so long.
Uh,
I couldn't think of how to describe footprints in trees. Like this area they were circling around. All right, yeah. You guys start heading more to the west. And after a few minutes of walking, you come across this rock formation. It's not tall, and it's not really that wide either. It's like from above, you wouldn't have even seen it through the canopy. But you can definitely tell that this is where there's a lot more convergence of footprints.
so they all converged on this 3-inch tall monument.
No,
You said it's not that tall.
compared to the 50-foot tall trees.
But we see it.
Yes,
So why don't you tell us how tall it actually is?
it is about 20 feet tall. It's probably about 30 feet round, with trees growing around it, with dense overhead canopy.
Okay. Is there anything odd about it besides that there's just this rock formation?
Um, how close are you getting to check that?
I'll walk right up to it unless I spot something.
All right. Yeah, yeah, you're able to get right up to it. As you start looking it over, go ahead and give me an investigation check as you start checking this thing out, circling around it. You have advantage for secrets and hidden things.
Oh, yes, that's right. I do, in fact, have advantage on secrets and things. Yes,
All
that
right,
23.
23 is enough. Surprisingly. Yeah, so you're looking around, and there is one particular spot where the footprints converge, consistently. Though it doesn't look like any sort of door, but you do see an odd-shaped rock near the ground that is covered with mud and root debris. You think might be some sort of activation or a button. About the
How,
size of about the size of your head.
okay.
You could poke it with a stick or step on it.
I'm going to do neither.
Okay.
I'm going to do a detect magic ritual.
All right. Go ahead.
Whoa.
All right. Yep. 10 minutes pass, and the rock and a about 10-foot section of the rock face both glow with magic. Um,
Any particular school?
um, the button is, or the rock on the ground is conjuration, and the wall is illusion.
All right. Well, I just poke the illusory part of it. Does my hand pass through it?
It does not. It seems
Huh.
solid as if it is a rock face. Same texture and moisture that you'd expect from touching a rock.
Not a boulder. It's a rock.
Yeah.
It's not a rock, it's a boulder.
That's a nice boulder.
All right. Well, I'll have let's all back up. Oops, sorry, my cursor. Uh, yeah. So let's all back up like 20 feet, and then I'll have Mage Hand push the button.
All right. Party backs up at your command. Send your mage hand over and you poke the button. Are you applying the full 10 pounds of force that it can apply?
Uh-huh.
All right. Yeah. It takes all of it as the rock slips into the ground a little bit, kind of a depression. And then there's a blue mist that flows out of it. And that mist goes and it starts encircling where the illusion was on the rock. And a sort of vortex appears, and then the rock face kind of melts, opening up into a 10-foot round hole. And beyond, you can see what looks like a slight curve and descent of opening of the same size.
The interior looks to be stone.
Yep.
All right. I'll keep detect magic up and just start heading down.
All right. Yeah. And as you pass through where the illusion was, um, the illusion magic is all gone now. The rock that you're looking at, what would appear to have like melted into the walls, is a much more black, glassy rock. It's not the same rock that the rest of the rock face was made of that you explored around. But as you continue further in, it changes back into the natural local terrain. It's like they use a different rock or something to make that door.
Okay.
But yeah, able to cross the threshold no problem, and begin descending. After about 20 feet, you come across a looks like a another similar to the rock on the ground outside, but this one's on like embedded in the wall, and you can see that one also has conjuration magic.
And there's another doorway of some kind.
Nope. It looks like it continues on ahead of you for well, I don't know, 30 feet or so. It's kind of spiraling. Like it's like you're going down a really big spiral staircase, but it's a smooth ramp.
More of that. This is like the button to open it up from the inside.
Uh-huh. Yep, yep,
Gotcha.
yep.
Okay.
Yep, this is the close the door button. Or open the door button. Either way.
All right, and ahead of me is just a like spiraling staircase, or sorry,
Like a big spiraling ramp. Like a 40-foot circle radius, or a 40-foot diameter circle, and it's going down at I don't know about 20-ish degrees, and it's just a
how
constant
wide and
spiral.
tall is this passage?
10 by 10.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, it's just. Is there? What do the walls look like? Like, does this look like it's a like it was carved out with tools? Does this look like it's a natural formation, masonry? What am I looking at here?
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check. And you have advantage
All right.
for reasons. All right, 22. Yeah, this looks like it was shaped with magic, but it is not the like you've seen people use meld with stone, shape stone. What's the one that you like to build with? Is that just shape stone?
Um,
Or you can do like 100-foot walls of 1 foot thick stone.
that might just be stone shape.
Yeah, yeah. So you've seen information and seen it cast very, very infrequently, but that usually has some, imperfections and just like consistent. It looks like it was built with a certain form of like the magic has kind of a architect structure type to it. This is different, but it definitely doesn't look like it was carved with tools. It looks uniform in a different manner. Like it's not perfect, but it doesn't look like stone shape. It looks like some other kind of magic did it.
Like pass wall.
Mm, doesn't Passwall go away?
Oh yeah, it does.
Passwall's temporary, so
Yeah.
yeah. No, it's definitely permanently carved with magic, but it's different than what you'd expect for stone shape. Like it's some sort of other kind of magic did this.
All right.
But
Good to
yeah,
know. Well, unless you guys have a better idea, I say we keep going down, see where it goes.
are you leaving the door open?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and you guys descend. Does anybody have a light source?
I have a light cantrip.
Same here. I also have fireball. I mean, that might be a bit much, but
I have
The
dark vision.
emergency light source.
So, also, what's the air like in this? Like, does it smell stale? Does it smell?
It smells like you'd expect a cave to, like somewhat moist, but not damp. Like it smells like spring air. Like it's fresh, it's breathable, it's a little bit moist, but not like you're, walking on water.
Is there any? Is
It's
there
not
any
quite
movement?
what you'd no, you don't feel any air moving.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you can light something and burn it and watch the smoke and it'll go straight up. As for the other kind of movement, nope, you don't see or hear anything. All right. So you're continuing down?
Yes.
Or you want to experiment more? All right. Yeah. So you continue, and it wraps around and around. And after about 150 feet, there is a opening to the. I mean, to your right, the outside of the circle. I don't feel like figuring out which cardinal direction it is. On the right hand wall, the exterior of the circle, there is a 5 foot wide opening, and it looks like it has rocks and stones just packed into it, very haphazardly. But you can definitely tell there's an opening beyond. It doesn't look like it was collapse.
But the ramp continues on down.
Correct.
Well, let's stop and take a look at this. So the rocks are just kind of packed in here haphazardly.
Yeah. Some of them are as large as you are. They're just shoved in. There's, some the size of your hand, some the size of your head, some the size of your torso, some the size of you, just all plugging the hole.
They're stacked haphazardly.
Mhm.
Not full hazardly, just the half.
Haphazardly, HAP. As if somebody had done it in a hurry or with little care.
Have I been using that word incorrectly this whole time?
Wait, you've been saying haphazardly? Oh my god. Oh,
That's pretty good though.
tonight during D&D, Jake learns a new word.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no problem. So it's
Who
right
needs
up
a
there with
college
bone apple
degree?
tea.
Yes, it appears they have been pressed into this opening without care or kindness. It does not look like your local Mason union did this construction job.
Shoddily made, shoddily maintained.
Hey, if your construction worker doesn't curse, don't trust that building.
Well, it should be easy enough to check some stuff with. So I'll walk up to these stones. Do they look like this is a recent thing?
Um, Not really. There's dust settled on them. It looks old. They haven't recently been disturbed.
Okay. Is this, by the way, is this architecture known?
This like really smooth, strange stone? No, not really.
Yeah. Okay. So my archaeologist feature doesn't apply.
No.
Okay.
Actually, really quick, just read that back to me. Just to make sure that I'm thinking of it
Historical
correctly.
knowledge. Whenever I enter
No.
a ruin or dungeon, I can correctly ascertain the original purpose, determine its builders, whether those were dwarves, elves, humans, Yuan-ti, or some other known race. In addition, I can determine the monetary value of art objects more than a century old.
Then that would not apply because this is not historically known.
Okay.
There's a lot of blank spots in the history. Like your known history goes back about 2,000 years.
Uh-huh.
Everything beyond that is well, it's a crapshoot in the dark with a shotgun that's not loaded, the broadside of a barn, and you're trying to hit one plank of wood.
I'll be honest. My shotgun's shooting crap. I'm not sure I want it loaded.
Exactly.
Anyway, so okay. Well, I'll just so find familiar has this neat feature. So as an action, I can temporarily dismiss the familiar to a pocket dimension.
Mhm.
As an action, I can, if while it's temporarily dismissed, make it reappear in any unoccupied space within 30 feet of me.
Indeed.
So, does this pile leave any gaps that would let me look to the other side?
Go ahead, give me investigation check. I would say probably flat because a magnifying glass and secrets and hidden things wouldn't help you.
Well, I'm looking for
Well,
like a
20
secret
came.
or hidden thing to get around it. So,
Yeah. Well, 20 came first on the roll anyway, so it
Yeah.
don't matter.
no
All right,
point
yeah,
in having that argument.
you spend some time, looking through and seeing if you could see through, and yeah, after a little bit, you can kind of see that there is some space beyond it. You can't really tell how far, but you could tell that the space that you're looking at is at least 8 feet away from you.
All right. Well, I have Hero pop into existence 9 feet in front of me as I'm looking at this hole.
All right, Hero pops in.
Great. I then look through his senses.
All right, yeah, and you look through Hero's senses, and inside this space, there are 4 more openings. This is, kind of similar shape and size to the one that was packed with rocks, and then this area right here is 15 foot by 15 foot square that is 8 feet tall. And all you can see is uh, disintegrated, like old furniture. Table, a couple of chairs, all degraded. Legs are broken off from aging, and just moldy, falling down.
But I'd still be able to tell from like the general shape and style of them, like what race would have made them, right?
Um,
Like what region they would have come from.
they look very naturalistic, like they were almost grown.
Hmm.
They don't look like
Dreams.
they were crafted.
Yeah.
Indeed, it may be druids.
So you said there's 4 openings out of this square room.
Mhm.
Are they all on one wall?
There are 2 to the left, as as you're facing it. To the left, 2 to the right,
So the
and they're
wall
just
directly opposite me is empty.
yep. It is a 15-foot wall with nothing on it. Well, there's a shelf. Well, it might have been a shelf and maybe a candlestick.
Well, I will have Hero, go over there and looking through his eyes and kind of taking like a real close, deep inspection. I look for secrets and hidden things on that wall.
All right, yeah. Hero begins pecking the wall. See if he can find anything with his taps. And give me a roll. All right. Yeah. A few minutes go by. Yep. Yep. Exactly. Peck, peck, peck. And nope, he does not find anything be secret or hidden on that wall.
Okay. Well, let's call that wall the north, and where I came in south.
All right.
To the right would be east, and so I go to
Yep.
the first one as I would have entered, so the southeastern one.
All right. Yep. Yep. It's kind of on the corner, not quite, but yeah, it's like 2 or 3 feet from the corner. So yeah, southeast door. Yeah, you go over there. There's a decrepit desk, decrepit bed, decrepit wardrobe that is fallen open, and like everything inside is just completely dust and mold.
Including inside the desk?
Yep. It's all falling apart. This stuff looks old.
And it's still that rustic style?
Yep. Yeah, it looks like druidic furniture. It looks more grown than constructed.
Mm-hmm. Any other ways out of this?
Nope. You don't see any.
Well, I'll have Hero just quickly take a look around using his senses, and then or using my senses to look around, and I'll look for secrets and hidden things.
All right. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Well,
Nothing stands out.
all right, next room, which would be the northeast room. Or northeast
All right.
doorway out of that central room.
Yep, I gotcha. Yeah, you're going anti-clockwise.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, you head up there. Very similar setup and shape to this room.
Now I'll also check this for secrets and hidden things.
All right. Yeah, check the desk, the wardrobe. Peck, 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 peck. And again, nothing. The room appears to be abandoned, forgotten, and lost to time.
All right, northwest doorway.
All right. Yeah, here flaps across. Um, this appears to be a storage area, or it might have been at one point. It's a 10-foot by 10-foot room. Its walls are lined with shelves, 2 feet wide, and those shelves have a couple of rustic druidic style crates, and yeah, everything is just falling to pieces. There is not a whole lot of solid material here.
What's in the boxes?
um well, what does what does what does a potato look like after a really 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 long time?
Oh, hold on, I got an image for it.
What the I must seek soil.
I
I'm
believe
just
it looks like this.
Oh,
yeah, I guess. And then what would those look like after a really 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 long time?
That's their final form. They
So,
last
yeah.
forever.
Yeah, it appears to be some sort of food, maybe. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all that's in the boxes. All have the same sort of debris on the interior of decayed plant matter.
All right. Well, once again, I'll poke around, see if I can't find any secrets or hidden things.
All right, go ahead and roll. All right, 16. Nope. Hero does not find anything secret or hidden in the storage room.
All right. Southwest doorway then. Assuming that there is no other way out of this room. These were all one way in, one way out.
Yep,
Okay.
yep. You are correct in that assumption. There has not been a second door yet.
Okay. Southwest doorway.
All right. Here is another bedroom setup. It's a decrepit wardrobe, a decrepit desk, decrepit bed. This one has a decrepit chair in it, though.
Ho ho ho.
The other two didn't have chairs. Sat on the floors like peasants or druids. All right. Secrets and hidden things.
Secrets and hidden things.
All right. Now, once again, hero goes poking about. Peck, 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 tap, 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 peck, peck, peck. And nothing. These rooms didn't appear to have anything hidden in them. Just some old ass furniture.
Okay.
Wouldn't even make good firewood, you guess. So.
Yep. Though this has got to look real strange to the party. Like the wizard walks up, starts looking like sticks his head like in the crevasse of this rock, and goes, and then I lean back. Yeah, there's nothing there.
And then hero pops back.
No, I just pop them into the temporary storage and don't pull them back out.
All right. But yeah, nothing really of note in that area. You beat my decoy. You guys spend 4 hours breaking rocks for no reason. Ducks. All right. But yeah, there was nothing really interesting in there. Nothing shiny even. Although there was no light to see reflections, so.
Yeah. Oh well. All right. Unless someone really wants some decrepit druish furniture, let's just continue on.
All right. Yeah, you guys continue descent, and after another, basically, if you were on, let's just call that north. After another full revolution, so you're facing north again, essentially. The tunnel comes to an end and starts to turn to your right, again facing the north. And you can see this because of the size of the circle that you're walking around, so you can stop early if you want. Essentially, if you treated it as floors, you just went from floor 2 down to floor 1 in a big circle.
Okay. And then it continues and has just a turn in the hallway. No
Yep.
forks or anything.
It stops ahead of you, like it turns to the right. It does not continue past that opening.
So it's a dead end.
Well, there's an opening to the right, but the main tunnel that you've been walking down does end here. Yes.
All right. Well, I'll go to the dead end and check it out to make sure it's actually like a dead end. I'll check for secret doors and passages, buttons sticking out, books on a bookshelf that seem out of place.
I don't think you're. It's not a dead end. It just the main tunnel that you've been walking down is ending and going to the right. It's turning.
Okay. Well, then is it narrowing from 10 feet wide?
No.
Oh, okay. Let's just keep following it.
Yeah, I was just letting you know that the path is changing directions because you just been
Is it
following
leveling
this
out?
spiral. Looks like yes.
Okay. Yeah, let's keep going. What do we see down that hallway?
All right. Yeah. You get to that corner and you look, and there's 50 feet, and then it starts to open up. Just at the edge of your dark vision, you can see the tunnel ending. I forget. Does somebody here have extra long dark vision?
Do we have a drow in the party?
Well, Burger has those artificer lenses, but I think that just extends. I don't know if he has dark vision because he's human, so he just has 60 feet from them.
Right.
So if somebody else was wearing them, they could see further. Burger, are you here? Or did you fall asleep? We lost him.
He to the pillow.
Anyone have light?
I do.
The light cantrip?
Yeah, I do. We both do.
Right. What did you cast yours on?
A rock.
A big rock or a small rock?
Like a handheld rock, like a hand-sized rock.
A pebble he can palm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a little bit bigger than a pebble. But yeah, like around there.
Well, why don't you huck it down this straight hallway towards where we can see it opening up, and maybe illuminate more before we walk down there.
All right. Well, huck it down there.
All right.
It's only 50 feet.
Give me a dex check.
A dex check.
Dex.
Yeah, you're throwing something.
Oh, goody.
Let's see how well you can eat it. Well, you give it your best, and you get it about 45 feet down, and the area beyond. What's the light cantrip? 2020.
10-foot cube.
Huh?
Oh, not my bad. That's up to 20-foot radius. Yeah.
Yeah. It's 20 foot dim, or 20 foot bright, 20 foot dim, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that extra 40 feet beyond the opening, so you're seeing about 80 feet out. You don't see anything. It's just the smooth rock ground that you've been walking on. You don't see anything above either. It just looks like one large opening.
All right, well, let's just proceed down it and see what our dark vision reveals 60 feet away from us. We'll pick up.
Alright.
No, you can pick up his rock if and when we get there.
Yeah. As you continue, dark vision doesn't reveal anything. You eventually get to his rock, your dark vision extending out beyond it. And again, it's just a large chamber. Then you get that last 10 feet. So you're standing at the where the tunnel ends, and you can see the ceiling above you is curving up in a large dome shape. So you're at the threshold now. Would you like
Okay.
to proceed?
Into what?
Um, the floor is level with the floor that you're standing on. Now that you're standing at the opening, you can see the walls to your left and right go around in a large radius, and the ceiling above you is also like a large dome.
Okay. Is there like
You can't
another way
see
out of
anything
this room?
beyond your dark vision does not extend far enough to see.
Ah, it doesn't go to the other side of the room.
Yes, you're standing on the edge of a large dome.
Gotcha.
Your dark vision does not extend to even the center if you could guess based on the radius of the circle.
Well, if I can guess based on the radius of the circle, what is the radius?
Go ahead and give me a flat intelligence. Int check. As you math in your head. You figure it's about 200 feet across, based on the radius of the dome and the walls.
Okay. Hey, Alaric, do you got your lit rock?
I am a rock app.
I pop Hero out. Can you just give it to Hero? He's gonna fly around inside the perimeter of the room, so we can see what we're walking into.
Yep, I give the bird the rock.
Okay. Yeah, and I just have Hero take off, and he's just flying about 15 feet up along the outer wall of the room, making a circuit around.
All right, so 15 feet up.
Yeah.
So, all right, yeah,
And
and then yeah, as
if
he's
there's anything
flying,
solid in the middle of the room when he's on the far side, we'll see it in silhouette.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, having him going clockwise or counterclockwise might be important.
I prefer counterclockwise.
All right, yeah, you have him fly off to your right. He starts circling the room.
Because I think I've been here before.
No, no, not that. There is not a pit in the middle with a vicious monster waiting to eat you. I swear. All right, anyway, he flies off to your right. And after about like 20 feet, you can see what looks like bodies impaled on the wall over on the right. There's 3 of them, about 20 feet up. And then, he continues flying, and there's an opening, like what would be a third of that circle. 100-foot radius. Oh, math hurts my brain. It'll be 600. So yeah, it'd be about 200 feet along the wall, right under,
Well,
give or take.
if it's a
If
200
it's
foot
perfect
radius,
thirds. No, 200-foot diameter. 200-foot across. So it'd be
gotcha.
100-foot radius.
Right. Okay. To
So it'd
go
be 2 times 3
about a
essentially.
third of the way around would be about
Yeah.
120, 150 feet. Chord length.
Okay, yeah.
Like not chord length, arc length.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it basically is like at the 60-degree arcs. Or not the 60-degree arcs, the 120-degree arc. Yeah, there's a 10-foot opening. And he continues around. As he gets across from you, you can see what looks like something going from the ground to the ceiling, roughly hourglass shaped, with a very, very skinny middle. That's about all you can really make out. Like there's a lot of stuff up top, and a lot of stuff on the bottom that are kind of the tapered out hourglass, but the middle is a very skinny, almost like a tree trunk. And he continues flying around, and then at that same, oh, there he goes again. At that same 120-degree arc in the other direction, there's another 10-foot opening, and then he completes his circuit coming back to you guys.
So there are 2 hallways leading out of the room at like equally spaced around it.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you're standing at one 10-foot opening, and there were 2 other 10-foot openings that were both like equilateral triangle from each other.
Right. Okay, so if we assume we came in from the south.
Yep.
So that would be northeast and northwest.
Yep.
And if I recall, you're to the southeast in the walls between our opening and
Yep.
the first opening to our right, there are spikes in the wall with bodies.
Yes.
Okay.
You could see those pretty easily from the opening where you were standing. They looked like there were bodies impaled on the wall, about 20 feet up.
Okay.
Very old bodies.
Impaled on what?
Look like roots and vines. Didn't look like man-made
something.
spikes or spears.
Okay, yeah, and it looks like they came out of the like roots came out of the wall from like the dirt on the what we would assume would be dirt and rock on the far side of it, and then like stabbed him into them, or are these just sections of roots that were like ballistically impaled from this side of the wall?
It looks like it was from this side of the wall. The roots and like the wood, the material that's holding them, looks very, very similar to that the tree troll that was picking party members up and sticking them in trees, like that
Gotcha.
writhing massive vines and roots. Yep.
Okay.
But this looked much older because it was only like 50 feet away from you, so you could see it pretty clearly. Once Hero took off that direction, because you were kind of looking out forward and just glancing left and right. When Hero flew over there, it really stood out. You didn't notice it at first. Just looked like rock from that distance.
Okay.
Anyway, yes.
And the
So southeast, there's bodies.
All right, and the
ahead.
hourglass is north or southwest?
It was due north of you. It looked like it was in the center of the chamber.
Ah, okay. Okay. Actually,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
when he was all the way north, you could see it because you were saying silhouette.
Mhm.
But with silhouette, you really couldn't make out what it was. It was
Gotcha.
too far away.
Okay. Okay. And then there's nothing to the southwest along that wall.
Correct. Yeah, that was
Okay.
just more smooth earthen wall
Yep.
dome shape.
So it's not carved stone here; it's earth.
Yes, it's both earth and stone here. It appears to be an almost natural chamber.
Okay.
The walls are somewhat irregular. The tunnel, all the way up until you're standing at the threshold, was that carved weird stone.
And the two tunnels that Hero flew past to the northwest and northeast, are they
That
also
similar, yep,
smooth
that similar
or
carved weird
Okay.
smooth stone.
okay? Interesting. Earlier, before we descended, was this rock formation at like the center of the dome, or was it offset, or center of the crater?
The crater, it was offset.
Okay.
But if you know anything about how meteors land,
I do, in fact, know quite a bit about how meteors land. Remember I called the rim the ejecta for a reason?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's like, and based on our descent, the angle and where this is all coming from, there's two other openings that lead down here, and I'm guessing this chamber is the center.
Sure. Based on like the entire basin that you're standing in, no, not at all. This is far off to one side of it.
Gotcha. Okay.
You're about halfway, roughly, give or take. Like, you had Hero flying around, so you could have seen where the edge of the basin was really easily. You're about halfway from one of the edges to the rough center. You're about halfway out the edge of the caldera, like from the center.
Mhm.
You're halfway from the edge to the center. You're that radius area.
Okay.
Yeah, I said this was what did I say? It was about a mile across. So yeah, you're about that half-mile mark is where that rock that you found and went down this spiral. You're about half-mile from the center.
And that hallway behind us is about 50 feet long at the base of the spiral.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll have Hero still holding that lit rock fly over to the center. What's there? What's that hourglass look like?
All right. Yeah, as he flies over, you can see it looks like the dome itself is about 100 feet tall. So it's a almost perfect hemisphere. And the center is a very large, looks like a tree. But it doesn't have branches, it has roots on both ends. So there's roots going into the ceiling and there's roots going into the ground. They're about 50 feet across, and then they taper up at about 30 foot. They taper up to about 5 feet across, and it's 30 feet tall, that taper. The cone shape it makes.
Okay.
So 50-foot diameter, 30-foot up cone. And then at the top, So the 5-foot tree trunk ish material is about 40 feet long, and then it's a very similar taper at the top. So another 50 feet of diameter and 30 feet vertical cone at the top.
So, just as a visual reference, something like this but vertical.
Yes, but much more necking.
Ah. So,
Here, I'll draw quick. Yeah.
so more like this.
Yeah, more like that. Here, I'll just send a quick pic. Me scratching. Welcome to the scratching. So,
Thunderdome.
yeah, so 200-foot diameter, big circle. The 10-foot hallways obviously are not to scale, or the correct equilateral spacing, and then the spiky bits are over on that southeast corner, and then in the center is a 50-foot mass of roots and vines that you can see.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you're standing at the threshold, those roots start about 75 feet away from you. And then it goes up 30 feet vertically, and then it tapers down to like 5 feet, and then goes up another 40 feet, and then widens back out for another 30 feet to the ceiling. And that's what that Y shape, like stickman look. That's essentially the shape of the center.
Okay.
Also, when Hero flew over there at the base of the 5-foot area, like the top of the bottom cone, you could see some metal glinting, like green and silver.
Okay. Well, I'll have Hero fly back to us so Larry can have his, rock back and he can actually see what he's doing. And let's go check out those bodies first, see if they had anything interesting.
All right. Are you keeping detect magic up?
Yeah, at this point, if I have to recast it, I will.
Yep, enough time has passed. Messing with the room, walking down the stairs. Yep. Or not stairs.
Yeah, I mean, I would have let it lapse until I got to this room, if necessary. But seeing this room and seeing everything in it, yeah, I'm going to do a detect magic ritual before we walk in there.
All right. Yeah. Wololo standing at the doorway for 10 minutes, your voice slightly echoing. Not a lot. About what you'd expect for a 200-foot across dome. And yeah, you start heading to the north and over to the east. And 20 feet up on the wall, you can see what looks like 3 desiccated corpses. And when you start getting closer, the one in the middle, who appears to be wearing, well, different robes. So they all have robes on, but this one's robes are, if they were, not desiccated, a little bit nicer. And he also has a crown of vines or twigs or something. And when you get closer, something on his belt is glowing with magic. Undisclosed school.
Okay. How big?
If you had to guess it, probably be about the size of a dagger.
All right. Well, I'll just use Mage Hand to grab that and pull it out. What's it look like when we get it out into the open?
Are you just pulling it out of the sheath, or are you taking
Yes.
the entire sheath? All right, yeah. Mage hand to go up, undo the clasp, pull the knife out. Are you having it come down to you right away?
Well, first I want to see what it looks like up there.
All right.
Then I will decide. what to do with it.
Yeah, when it pulls it out, the blade appears to be carved from bleach white petrified wood. Even at this distance, with Alaric's light cantrip, you can see that it has a very fine edge. Its surface looks like it's inlaid with a metal, maybe silver.
Okay. And that's definitely what was glowing with magic. Nothing else is.
Yep. Well, the sheath is too. Like when you pull it
Oh.
out of the sheath, there's a separate school, but it's like a separate aura all for the sheath itself. But it's the same school, and like it looks like it's part of the dagger.
Gotcha. Well, I'll lay the dagger down on the ground.
All right. Yeah, Mage hand goes zoom, drop down.
Yeah, and then it goes and grabs the sheath as well.
Yep. Yeah, a little bit of tugging. The what's left of the hempen twine that was this belt falls apart, and the sheath comes free.
Okay. I'll bring the sheath over to me. And I'll do an identify ritual on it.
All right. Yeah. I'm assuming you are identifying the dagger first.
The sheath first.
Oh, the sheath first. Okay.
Yeah, dagger's on the ground. I have the hand bring me the sheath first, and then I do an identify ritual on the sheath.
Got it. I misheard you because I was copying and pasting stuff. All right. Yeah. You do an identify ritual on the sheath. And it identifies as the sheath of the dagger of the Hollow Grove. Nothing else.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I then
I didn't know what to do for that. I'm sorry. I'm like,
well,
thought
you
were
made it
doing
sound like
the
they were
dagger.
separate magic items that are used together, but were separate items. That's why I did it that way.
Yep. It
All right.
appears to be magical because of the dagger, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I have the hand grab the dagger, and I'm going to
Mhm.
have it inserted into the sheath, so it's all nice in one unit.
Yep.
And then I'm going to do an identify ritual on the dagger.
All right. So you're not looking at the dagger before you sheath it. Got it.
Well, it was. Remember, I pulled it up and had it all. We were all looking at it. It was made of petrified wood with like silvery stuff and.
Well, you said that was up in the air, not up close.
Right. Yeah.
That was the distinction I was clarifying.
Gotcha. Yes, that is correct. Why does something catch my eye on the dagger as it's going into the sheath?
Yes, you do see writing on it.
Oh, well then I stop and read the writing.
Do you read Elvish?
In 10 minutes I can.
All right.
I know comprehend languages.
Does anybody else in the party maybe read Elvish?
I have a comprehend languages spell. That's
Connie,
about it.
yeah. Connie, do you know Elvish?
I don't.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just do comprehend languages then.
All right. Yeah. 10 minutes goes by. Comprehend languages. Psst. And written, etched in the veins of silver. There's ribbons of silver, embedded in the blade itself. One of the larger ribbons has the words "The moonlight reveals," written in Elvish.
Okay.
And then I don't have to not include that. And then yeah, you assuming after that, you identify the dagger and sheath.
Uh-huh.
and it reveals this to you.
All right, all right. So, are any of us druids?
Are any of us considering multi-classing into druid?
No.
I could be a druid if you drop a giant statue from a 30-foot building.
Yeah.
And then magically teleport a druid into the party.
Oh, I have plenty of ways to work a new party member in, trust me. But anyway, yeah. It is the Dagger of the Hollow Grove.
Okay. Good to know it matches the sheath. That would be kind of awkward if it didn't.
Indeed. That would be really awkward.
Yeah. Well, unless somebody thinks something better to do with it, I'm just going to stick this in the bag of holding.
Does that write-up look good for magic item? I check all
it's
the
fine.
boxes. Okay. And it does count as a just so you know, doesn't require attunement for the +1 magical.
Oh,
It does count as a +1 magic item while not attuned. It just does not do the other thing. I don't know how to write that on a magic item. I've never seen that written correctly.
because they don't usually work that way, but okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
you can totally
So
do
mine
that,
mine
it's just-
doesn't work as the standard 5e. Okay. So is there anything I can change on this particular write-up to fix that? Like, is there a phrasing I can add?
Frankly, I just put a parenthetical after its text count as magical. This property can be used even without attuning.
Okay.
All right. Well, does anyone want a dagger +1?
Magical dagger +1.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to just keep it on my belt then, because if I need to stab something,
Mhm.
I'm going to stab it with that.
So just stick that right after the its attacks count as magical +1.
Yeah.
I threw it in chat.
Yeah, just put that link in a parenthetical after it.
All right. But yeah. There appears to be some dead druids on the wall. And they do not look like they died pleasantly.
Sure don't.
Yeah, the roots and vines that you can see appear to be impaling them.
Dead for a long time.
Yes, a very, very long time.
Be really convenient if someone had speak with the dead right now.
Anybody a necromancer?
Isn't there an upper limit to that?
Not really. Not really. I mean, it must still have a mouth. So eventually, a corpse would decay to the point where it's not viable with Speak with Dead.
I mean, yeah, they still have heads, jaws, and everything like that, so they still would have the capability of speaking. But yeah, after I mean, 1,000+ years, you're running out of a tongue. Like these are like taut skin, bones, corpses.
Right, but the only
There's-
requirement is that it has a mouth and isn't undead. It says nothing
Yeah.
about a tongue or soft tissue, just a mouth. In theory,
That's
a
true.
skeleton would work.
I mean, I want to pose a Speak with Dead spell on these guys.
Except
But
none of us
anyway,
know it.
except for we don't have that ape capability within the party. So yeah, the wizard got a new knife, and you guys looted some more corpses.
A good day.
And there was
Else
still
would you
that
guys-
metal glint at the base of the tree
The
thing.
the tree, not tree. Yeah,
You know, the
it's
tree,
definitely
the
a very
druidic
strange-
ICBM in the middle of its silo.
yeah. You gonna start heading over there.
Unless there's something else you guys want to do with these corpses, yeah.
I mean, not gonna always send them on fire.
Let's not do that just yet.
Okay.
Because the tree,
Incur the wrath of the forest.
right, like you burn it, and then the tree's like, oh shit, my fire alarm is going off in my goddamn silo.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
All right. Huh. You start heading over to the tree, and I think comp language is concentration, or is it just a freebie? I forget.
I believe it's concentration.
I can't remember. And it's one of those ones that's kind of it feels like it should be a freebie, but it might be concentration, so I can never remember.
No, it lasts for 1 hour.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's just a freebie. All right,
Yes,
cool.
Yep,
Yeah,
no concentration required.
yeah. So your detect magic's still up, and yeah, you get to the base of that root structure, and yeah, you're still too far away from where you've seen that glint for the detect magic to be in radius of it.
Is the tree detecting and detect magic?
It is not.
Okay, well, let's
It
walk over
appears
to the
to be
glint.
all natural. Yeah, it's a bit of a climb, but it's got plenty of footholds and handholds. Because you're going up a slope that's relatively steep. And but yeah, eventually you do get into range. And yes, whatever that is definitely magical. It looks like it's about 6 feet long. Like the aura that you can see, because you cannot see anything more than probably about a 2-inch circle of the whatever it is. It's silver and green metal.
Does it have a particular school?
I am looking that up right now. Yes, evocation.
Okay.
Actually, no. Hang on. That'd be the wrong school for that spell. Necromancy. I am so sorry. Necromancy. I was looking at the wrong thing. I am so sorry about that.
That's
That
fine.
is the wrong school. It is necromancy. So yes, about 6 feet long. It looks like it's. I mean, for the most part, the glinty part that you can see appears to be like some sort of like knot or gnarl in the wood itself. And the actual like aura that you're seeing is probably embedded in the tree trunk by about 6 inches to 8 inches. So there's just one spot where there was like a knotwood or something, Like you know when you trim a tree branch, how the tree grows around something.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like that. It's a long, 6 foot tall V or like slit, and at the very center of it, where the last bit would be growing together, is that spot where you've seen the glint of metal. So
Okay. Does it look like it's easy to get free? Like guys need to pull on it?
it looks like it's grown into the tree.
Gotcha. Well, can I? Is the area getting up to it traversable? Can I get to it?
Yes, yeah, you can get within touch of that little 2 foot or 2 inch circle.
Okay. I'm gonna do that, and then do a identify ritual on it.
All right. Yeah,
Sure,
you begin casting your identify ritual. And the second you touch it, nothing happens. Yep. 10 minutes goes by, and then your identify ritual pings back. And you discover it is a glaive that has a lot of stuff. I have to cut the visual description out because you haven't got it out of the tree. I'm just double checking to make sure the wording is correct before I send it to the better DM. All right, and that's what it pings.
back.
We'll go back.
Thank you.
Okay. That is an interesting glaive.
Thought so. Once again, language check the wording, everything all logical,
Yeah, looks fine to me.
mechanically sound. Okay. But yeah, it appears to be embedded in this tree.
Okay. Well,
The
this
tree
this is
itself
an easy
has grown
fix.
around it.
Mhm. Am I able to get my hands beneath it?
No. You're basically touching like a little 2 inch oval like like imagine like a 2-inch slit. It's maybe an inch wide. That's all you can really see. The rest of it is very, very thickly grown wood. It's 6 inches below the surface of the tree, at a minimum. So you're not able to wrap your hand around it or anything.
Okay. Well, I have an idea.
Mhm.
Oh, I can't do that actually. So, hey guys, to do my idea, we're gonna need to take a short rest because I need to drink a juice box.
All right.
Sounds good.
So, to give you a visual reference, imagine it the other direction and not poking out on the ends.
The other direction, you mean like it's going
It's vertically.
into or vertically?
It's vertically. It's vertically in the tree.
Sorry, do you mean vertically as in Y or vertically as in Z?
Vertically as in Z. It
Okay,
is.
into and out
it
of
is
the
l-
image.
No. So why then?
So,
It is
so
perpendicular with the tree. The glaive is perpendicular with the tree, flatly embedded into its trunk.
I have an idea.
Let me
Give me a
find.
second.
Let's see. Yeah. Let me find a better picture then. It's just straight up and down. Surprisingly, there is not a lot of pictures that fit this criteria.
I drew a quick sketch of two options. Let me just post that, and I'll ask you left or right.
All right. I also just like that picture. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a good picture. Don't get me wrong.
Nom 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 nom. Left.
Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's flapped to the tree. It's vertical with the tree's verticality. And it is as if somebody had laid the glaive there and let the tree grow around it.
Right.
Like, yep.
That makes this a lot easier. Okay, so we sit around for an hour. Does anything happen?
Nope. It is getting late.
Yeah. But that means that I can use Arcane Recovery. All right, that's a.
Oh. Here's
Yeah.
Here's a
Give me a couple of spell
basic.
slots back.
Yep. Here's a really good image of what the piece of metal that you're looking at is, at least. Like, this is a really good image of that. That's what you're looking at for that little bit of metal. Like, it's embedded in the tree really far down.
Oh, okay. So it's not like it's laying on top. It is inside the fucking tree.
Yes, the tree is completely grown around the entire glaive except for the little bit in the center. Yeah, it's the entire thing is 6 inches deep beyond the bark of the tree. Does that help clarify things?
Yes.
Okay, I apologize. That I should have drawn something for.
Right, because if you notice on my drawing, it's on the surface, right? It grew into
Yeah.
the tree, but it's still mostly on the surface.
Yeah. All you can see is that 2-inch patch of metal.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's
Well-
why you couldn't tell what it was. That's why I had to remove the visual description from the write-up. Because you cannot see this thing. You can only see that little glint, and the only reason you've seen it is because the bird flew over there with something shiny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well,
here's another. Fucking now I'm finding all kinds of them.
Yeah. Anyway, don't care anymore. Okay. Well, then my idea won't work. So I guess we break out the picks.
Maybe an axe would be better.
I don't have an axe. I've got a shovel and I've got a pick. Does somebody have an axe? Because I don't.
Well, yeah, you do have a giant or a Goliath who's not here that does definitely have an axe. You could use his axe. He won't notice, I bet.
Yeah, he seems kind of angry. I'm not touching his axe. Now,
Alright.
now, if Alaric or Connie wants to grab his axe, that's on them.
I'm so sorry it took me so long.
We're
to
not
find a
grabbing.
picture.
We're not being grab axes.
Well, then picks and shovels it is, and we
Yeah.
start widening the gap of the wood to extract the 'cause if we can expose it like my picture on the left, then I can get it out with magic.
Yeah. Well, if you can expose it like that, it'll just fall out. It's a glaive. There's not going to be much holding it after that.
Right. Okay. Well, if there was some resistance to it,
Yeah, you'd be able to just yank it out.
But yeah, if there's nothing holding it in, then we can just free it up.
All right. But yeah, you guys get to work with your pickaxes on this tree. You think this is going to take a couple of hours and push into your long rest. You don't think you'll be able to extract it before you need to go to sleep.
How far can we get? Like, if all we're trying to do is say expose as much, like starting from the middle and going outward of the haft, how much of that could we get before our long rest?
If you're just focusing on an area, using pickaxes, you could probably get
A
about
pickaxe and a shovel, like
Pickaxe and a
the shovel,
shovel.
and a
Yeah,
crowbar.
Okay. Crowbar would help, like taking and breaking the tree fibers out, so that would actually speed up the process. Tell you what, go ahead and give me whoever wants to a strength athletics at advantage, just to determine how efficiently you're able to clear out, and then I'll tell you how many
right.
feet you're able to
So,
get.
so of the 3 casters that we have present tonight, which of us has the strongest?
I have a -2 strength.
Alaric?
Alaric likes to go average, so he doesn't usually dump stat.
Yeah, I have a -1 strength.
That makes you the strongest person here.
That makes you the strongest person
Oh
here.
boy.
So strength athletics at advantage. So it's athletics ability check. So if you do have proficiency, does come into play. You could have taken proficiency in strength athletics. I do not know.
I mean, your background.
I mean,
might
I
have given
do
it to
know. I
you.
just have to go pull your sheet up.
That's fair, but that's rich though. All right, hold on.
So,
This has been an interesting night.
Yep, that's one way to put it.
all wizard party.
Yep. All right. Yeah, you're able to get 8 inches of, and I'm assuming you want to be able to grab the haft. You want to be able to reach
No,
around it.
I
with
want
fingers.
linearly to expose as much of it as I can.
Okay, so you're just looking at scraping the surface so that it's
Exposing
getting
as
to
much of it to the air as I can.
Okay. Then in that case, you're able to get about 1.5 feet of the center exposed.
And this is
6 feet long.
like a 6-foot long glaive.
Yep. Yeah, but it's as tall as a man.
Okay. Hang on, I gotta do
Thank
some
God it's not a
math.
halberd.
3 and I'm sorry, how long was the slit we made?
1.5 feet. So a quarter of the distance to expose the entire thing.
Okay. So I have an idea. It's one of those awesomely horrible ideas.
All right, let's roll with it.
There's a spell called
Yep.
Enlarge Reduce. Now, Enlarge is limited where if there's not enough room for it to double in size, it can't. It just stops. But Reduce is simply that it halves in all dimensions and weight is 1/8. There is no. This just has to be if it's an object, it cannot be worn or carried. So, assuming that the tree it's embedded in
Tree
is
is
not
not
a creature.
sentient.
Doesn't have to be
Assuming
sentient.
the
This
tree
can't
is
be a
not
creature.
sentient.
This can't be a creature
Oh yeah, true.
where this would count as carried or worn, I suppose.
Yeah, I would say it would be worn in this case.
So you're saying it is being worn.
No, I'm saying if it was that
okay.
condition, I
Right.
would say worn
So,
would be what I'd use. flavor
It's
text.
reduced. The size is halved in all dimensions. So it goes from 6 feet long and
Mhm.
presumably like 1.5 inches in diameter
to
3 feet long and 3/4 of an inch in diameter. So since we've made it's now resting inside a double diameter channel, right? Like a hollow tube that's just resting in, that is 6 feet long, but it's only 3 feet long. So if we just kind of inch it back all the way to the front, the bottom should be sticking out at this hole where we can grab it and kind of just pull it up at a slight angle and just kind of yank it out that way.
one issue, one slight issue.
Okay.
I know exactly where you're going and what you're trying to do.
Uh-huh.
The only issue is when it gets reduced, the head of the glaive will still be occupying space that the shaft was in. And that is wider than where the shaft is. So
Okay.
it will still get embedded in the wood in that case.
But it's a blade,
You will
right?
still
It's
be
a
able-
glaive.
Yes.
So if we yank really hard, it'll just cut a thin channel through the bottom.
You can give it a try. But the key importance is the yanking really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you have the party members to do that particular part.
Okay. We don't need
So-
party members.
All right.
We're gonna wizard the shit out of this. So
All right. Let's begin. Nothing has happened yet. You're just discussing the idea.
So if I grab it at the end, okay,
Mhm.
do I have any wiggle at all? Can I manipulate it at all inside that opening, or is it still solid?
Are
It's
you
like I'm holding a
doing
peg?
the enlarge reduce thing, or are you
Yes,
just
after
playing
reduced.
with? Okay. So you've cast enlarge reduce in yourself while
Right, and so
touching
it
it.
would have like sucked itself up
Or
and
on it.
towards the front because the glaive head couldn't move.
All right. To clarify, you're casting enlarge reduce on it.
Yes,
Uh,
and I don't have to be able to
I'm-
touch it. It's just within line of sight.
uh, See within range, grow larger, or smaller. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going for reduce.
Okay. Yeah. So you shrink it down.
Uh-huh.
I was completely thinking large reduce. We only ever use it on people, not objects. So I'm like,
Right.
wait, can that do objects? But yep, it can do objects. Okay.
Yeah, I verified it before I brought it up that it could do objects.
Yep. Yeah. So it shrinks down,
Mhm.
and it does not budge.
Isn't it doesn't change shape, or it's still?
No, it shrinks. But when you
Okay.
go and you said you tried grabbing it and yanking on it,
Yeah. Does it move at all?
it does not budge. Its
So there's
head
no
is
flex at
firmly
all in it.
none whatsoever.
The haft is completely rigid.
It appears to be entirely made out of metal.
Yeah, but metal still has flex, especially just a round stick.
This one doesn't.
But I can get my hand all the way around the shaft.
Yes, you're able to squeeze your fingers behind it, and
Okay.
you're able
And
to.
even though
grip
I
it.
can't
Yes.
hold, but even though I can't
I'll rip it.
move it, I have like control of this end of it.
Yes, you
Yo.
are considered holding it.
Excellent. I then cast Misty Step.
Excellent. That's what I was hoping you'd do. Yep. You misty step
It's
away.
more, I was building up to establishing that I have control enough to be said I'm
Yes.
holding it and not holding onto
Mhm.
terrain.
Yep. It is as soon as you shrunk it, it was no longer considered part of the terrain because you were able to
Yeah.
grab it and hold it. Yep. You
Right.
misty step away, and now you have a tiny glaive.
Excellent. I break concentration. I don't think glaive return to its full size.
All right, and the glaive snaps up, being 6 foot, just over 6 foot. It's 6'6".
Okay.
The Yeah, the aura from detect magic wasn't giving you an accurate size. It was just roughly there. But yeah, now I can give you the visual description. So it's glaive, and this is the what's on the write up, but I can give you a longer one because I can tell you what it looks like. This glaive is entirely made out of metal. Hand and haft, the blade itself are all made out of a greenish hued metal you are not familiar with. It does not look like anything you've ever seen before, and it is traced and inlaid with silver.
Huh.
And on the blade itself is another ribbon of silver inlay, and again written in Elvish. On it, it says, "With life we give, with life we take." Yep. But it is very, very finely crafted. It's unlike anything you have ever seen before in any of your archaeology digs, in any market you've ever seen.
Okay. Neat. I don't think any of us are actually proficient with glaives that are currently here.
No, but this would be a great weapon for Jack,
Mhm.
especially that Wrath of Verdigris.
Yeah.
I liked that. I was playing around with that idea for a little while, and I'm like, I don't want to make it too powerful, so I decided on a D6. Because otherwise, yeah, you can, every hit you're stacking less and less max HP. But anyway, yeah, you free the glaive from its tomb.
Nice.
Yeah, in the process of cutting into the tree, you're able to see roughly how long that would have taken for the tree to grow around that like that. And are any of you proficient carpenters?
No.
Yeah, there's a big negative.
No, remember we had to subcontract that out to the gnomes?
That's true. That's true. All right. I mean, you could probably still make a guess that took probably 700, if not more, years for that to grow around that like that. It was thick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But definitely leaning on the if not more. All right. Well, standing here on this mass of roots, at the base of this tree, and then wherever Alar
Yeah.
Misty stepped to.
1 foot to the right.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
minimum
whole party
distance to
stand.
clear everything.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Standing in the center of this very, very large chamber.
Okay. But it's the end of the day.
Yes, you are very tired.
Yeah.
You took what little time you had left to dig that glaive out.
Yeah. So why don't we go back to that 10-foot wide tunnel? Because that makes a nice choke point.
All right. You get attacked from 2 directions. Perfect.
And do a Lehman's tiny hut to plug that up.
All right. Yeah. You go over. Are you going to the middle of the 50 foot? One end to
Yes.
the other? Middle of it? Okay.
Middle
Yeah,
of it.
it's 25, 25 feet from the curved ramp. 25 feet from the entrance of this chamber, you
Mhm.
guys set up your camp.
Yeah, and I think we'll just set up watches in chat order unless someone really wants a specific watch.
I was gonna call it before.
Oh, okay.
We're light on party. It's getting late enough. There's enough to do with this area next week that I don't have to actually do a whole lot of prep.
Your call. I'm good with
So-
it either way.
Yeah, we can call it a little early since the lack of party funds.
What? We have tons of party
Sounds good.
funds.
Well,
Yeah,
I
we have
meant
3 spellcasters. It's all good.
I mean, so right now I have exactly 1 first level spell slot remaining, and a few other odds and ends, but nothing like powerful. I don't know how you guys are doing on spell slots.
I
I'm
got all the
fine.
fireballs in the world here, man.
I said Connie didn't cast that much last fight.
Yeah.
She got waylaid into a tree.
Ah, yeah.
But yeah, I was
So-
gonna call it here. That way for the long rest, you guys have full party.
Works for me.
In case anything